What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this, I want to break down what's happening with the overall market and talk about some new developments on the charts. But just notes that I'm not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And don't forget about the Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Deposit $1,000 and you're guaranteed 15, and the offer ends in just 3 days. Anyways, for SPY, I just want to say that we got this very, very nice pump thanks to the PCE data. The PCE data was actually quite decent that came out this morning. That's why the market saw a pump. We pumped to just under all-time highs on SPY. We also saw a pump in the QQQ, even on Tesla. That's exactly what I predicted would happen yesterday, so I was correct about that. But then in my morning video, I said to be careful because we're approaching some tough resistance and to watch to see if we continue to hold up or if we get a rejection. I did warn everyone that it was possible the market could reject later on after trying to push higher, and that's what happened so far, and we'll see if that ends up continuing to be correct. So we had some Michigan consumer sentiment data. This was decent. That's when the market saw this little pump as well. SPY went to just under all-time all-time highs. Then we started to dip a little bit after that. Now we're just shuffling at 573, which is not bad whatsoever. So today we also have an options chain that's very interesting. We have a little bit under 340,000 of these calls expiring, and we have over 1.07 million of these puts expiring. We have a 570 max pain with a 3.16 put to call ratio. So if I was a market maker, I would probably shuffle things, maybe try to get us to close closer to max pain. But you never know, they might just try to close us very close to where we are. It's either there or closer to max pain, a little bit lower. Most likely that's what SPY is going to be doing. So when you look at the charts, one thing I want to mention is that we are technically, or we've been respecting an uptrend because SPY keeps on bouncing off its, the 20 EMA, the green line right here. But the issue is, as we get closer to 573 to 575, the resistance is very tough up here. And as you guys can see, SPY hit 573, rejected. We hit 575, we rejected. Now we hit 574 today, and we're kind of slowing down here. So that it just goes to show that the resistance up here is kind of tough. So you want to be very, very careful. Now, if we don't hold 573, we're looking for 572.5 as our supports. And if that fails us, we're looking for 570 followed by 568. SPY is starting to slow down here, so there's a risk of it dipping a little bit lower if we can't hold above 573. So just be very mindful of that. We could be dipping to the lower 570 area. For other factors out there, we also have Nvda. Nvda is showing a little bit of weakness on the 4-hour time frame. It kind of pumped a bit only to dip back down. We did talk about this being a strong possibility. I mentioned to everyone it might be testing like 125 to see if it rejects or not. We came just short of that, only to reject. So now we're looking for a price target of 118. I think it's going to be dipping a little bit lower. We have resistance at 120 and 122, but the odds favor 118 to be tested soon. For Bitcoin, we pushed all the way up to about 66,500, the exact level we called out. And now we're struggling to break through this. If we don't break through this, we could be dipping back down to 65,800. So we'll see how that goes. For ES, we pushed all the way up towards about our target of about 5820. Now we're coming back down. So we're going to be looking at support around 5,800 flats. If that fails us, we're looking for 5790s coming next. We could see a small dip on ES back down to the lower 5800 area. It is shuffling a lot, but it could start to dip even more. For Tesla, I want to warn everyone there's a possible head and shoulders like structure that's developing. We have a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder that's possibly forming. But Tesla has not lost critical support at 254.26. Excuse me about that. We might be dipping a little bit lower if we lose that, all the way down to 252, then 250. But we need to lose 254 for confirmation. There's a possible head and shoulders, so the odds do favor downside for Tesla. NQ is losing 20,250, so we might see a dip towards 20,000, guys. NQ is showing weakness, so is the QQQ. If the QQQ does not reclaim 488, we could be dipping closer to 485. So be very, very mindful of that. 485 and 482 are the main supports. We have Aapl having resistance at 229 and also 230. We're looking at support at 228 and then 226.8 below that. If that fails us, we're going down to 225. So just be mindful of that. The IWM has pushed very, very nicely to 222, but it's at a tough resistance. If we don't break that, we could be dipping back down to 220. So be careful. We're at resistance on the QQQ at 222.5. So we'll see what the reaction happens to be. For Coinbase, we're trying to push up for 188. We'll see if we reject or not, but be very, very patient. If we lose 184.8, we could be dipping back down towards 182. So we're going to be watching 188 as our resistance. For Amazon, we're dipping really hard right now. We could be dipping down to 188. If we don't hold 188, we're going back down to about 185. So this is going to be our key support. We'll see if 188 holds. If not, 185 is coming. For Meta, we pushed to about 570 only to reject. So we're going to be looking to see if 565 holds, or else we're going down to 562, then 560, if not 555. Microsoft has supported 429. If that does not hold, we're looking for 426. And then Google pushed all the way up to 167 only to reject. We called out 167 yesterday as a potential target if we had broken resistance, but there's a bearish divergence and a risk of us dipping back down to the breakout area at 165 flat, if not even lower than that. So that being said, guys, the market pumped a bit only to start dipping, so we're showing some signs of weakness. We're going to see how well this holds up. I think SPY is very choppy compared to the QQQ and the NASDAQ, but some stocks like Tesla are showing some weakness as we have head and shoulders building. With that being said, I appreciate you guys for listening. I'm going to make this video nice, short, sweet, and simple. I'll see you guys soon in a couple of hours for another update, and peace out.